Welcome to the Alice Ops channel. It's great to see you all again. We have been busy. Last weekend was the Hemmingford town-wide sale, and we spent the day there. It's about an hour away from here, so we always love to go and spend the day. It's kind of in the countryside, so we get to just enjoy the fields, the fresh air, and lots of people and lots of stuff. We will show you what we picked. We spent $181. That includes a few things for myself, like hand lotion and a book for my mother and a few things like that. But everything else, we just thought we would cram everything we got in this video and just highlight a few things that were more interesting. So we got this pot. Is maybe a fondue pot, we're not sure, but we like that it looks very mid-century modern. Copper top, I guess. It's Pyrex on the bottom and wood on the sides. So we like that, and that was $1. These are tie backs. You tie your curtain back with them. And we find decorative stuff like that usually sells, not for tons, you know, maybe, but at least for a few dollars. They were $5, and we hope maybe something like that, 20 to 30. Our cat is going to accompany us through this journey. I picked this up, a little candlestick. It's marked Jerusalem, and let me double check here. Weinberg, that's what I thought. So again, something that may sell for maybe 20 or so. We'll see. We picked it up for not too much money. Here's a pilivuit bowl that I always love to pick up. Pilivuit, made in France. It's spelled, and I'm gonna double check because I don't know. Pillivuyt. It's a weird spelling, even for me, even though I speak French, so hey. But these are charming, beautifully made, with little flowers very often, so they're quite popular. Simply an Avon bottle, because it was $1, and I always pass them up. So I thought, well, since it's cheap, let's just try one. And this one has this style that's like opaline blue glass. So we'll see, but I don't hold that much hope for it. That's okay. Pick this up because it has style. It's very arts and crafts, slightly Art Nouveau. This, I imagine, is pewter. It's broken. There used to be a flip top on this, but it was only $2. And since the shape is so iconically Art Nouveau, arts and crafts, very graceful like that, flowing lines, and the glass is like art glass. It's not signed or anything, but I thought if someone just wants to add something nice to their collection, you know, you never know. They might be very happy to find something like that. So we got it for $2. It wasn't a big deal. We have some place card holders for your next event. They're in the shape of little ladybugs with blue stone eyes. And we found lots of perfume. This is L'Occitane, usually a brand that sells very well. We bought it for $5, I think, or three actually. My husband asks the person, how much is it? And she says, $5. And he said, 3? And she said, $5, a lot louder. So we thought, oh gosh, she's really mad now. And then she says, oh no, I thought you said free. It's not free, it's $5. Well, no, he didn't say free. He said, would you take $3? And And she did. She was fine with $3. So there you go. Oh, that was a ka-ching. That's the first time it's ever happened while we're chatting with you. So L'Occitane, it's a large bottle, so we're hoping for upwards of $50, maybe 50 to 70. This is a Nuit de Noël by Caron. It's French eau de toilette, and it's pretty sought after, this particular one, so we're hoping for upwards of $50 as well, possibly 70, 80. This, not so much. Probably not worth anything, but frankly, when we just found the perfume, we were just rounding it up and just putting it in our pile, and, you know, it was like $1 a bottle, so, you know, this probably will get donated again. This is the same thing with this bottle of Captain Molineux. Supposed to be kind of expensive, about maybe $70 or something. We will see what we get. All of them are brand new or almost brand new, so that always helps. I will show you something I love, is this Air Ride made in the USA. Beautiful teak barometer, very mid-century modern, and you know, I think that's everything you would want in a barometer. It just has that style. I think that people will really, really love just to display it even. And so we'll see how much we can get for that. But something like that, I would think, you know, at the very least $25, if not $40 or so. We've found lately that mid-century modern specifically does well on Etsy. We get some really good prices for mid-century modern stuff there. Teak, that sort of thing. Speaking of teak, this is marked Denmark on the back, and the brand is Skid, or Skidde. It's spelled Skidde, and it was just sitting there in the middle of a table at one of the sales. It was $2. I have to say, I think I'm getting the eye for that Danish stuff, because I just saw it and thought, this isn't just an ordinary wooden thing. It's got these lines that are almost geometric. They're very clean lines. It's very restful in a way, that type of design. So I thought right away, yeah, maybe Danish. And it was. Iowa Discman. We'll see how much we can get from that. And of course, when we can get a Polaroid, we get it. That should be at least a good $20. It wasn't very expensive, so that's particularly fine. Again, we spent $181 for everything you see. Got a Bible, and this is a study Bible. Sometimes they go for a little bit more, so grab that. And we got quite a bit of stuff. We got this. Not something that goes for a lot of money, but it's sealed, so we took a chance. Christmas is not that far off. We got this, which is worth absolutely nothing. I've seen the exact same ones sell not at all, or for $1. Don't pick this up, whatever you do. I love this. This is a lampshade. It's cased glass. You can tell there are 2 layers of glass, one white, one green. And this one has a bottom, which I've never seen before either. It's sort of like to diffuse light, I suppose. So we'll see what we can do with that. With some case glass, we've done, you know, maybe 20 to 30 per lampshade. I don't know if this is good or worse, or we'll find out. We got some mugs, and they're cat mugs, and they're bone china. They're made in England, and cats are always a popular subject, so we just grabbed them. They were 50 cents a piece. Trying to make sure I don't forget anything. This is a Pyrex, 12 cups, many cups, 18, 39, 9 cups, 9 cups. It's 9 cups. And it doesn't have a lid, but it was $1, and people will still purchase them to the tune of $15 or so. Link. I won't get everything out, but we got some patterns, especially Halloween patterns. A lot of them aren't really worth it. Some of them sell for maybe 10 bucks. It's always good when they're uncut, but they often are cut. However, lately I've made some okay money on some patterns, especially if they are designer patterns from the 60s or before that. Specifically Vogue designer patterns. I've sold one for 20, another for 15, which is fine when you pay, 10 cents a piece for them. Am I getting everything? I think so. This is a Pyrex teapot. Tea, you put it on your stove, it boils the water. And that was very cheap too, and they usually sell okay, like 20, 25, maybe a little more, a little less. I had never found any, and now I found some. Opera glasses, mother of pearl. They work. They're in good condition, or, they've got a little wear. They're Marchand, I believe, M-A-R-C-H-A-N-D. They're marked Marchand Paris, and that just feels a little bit like when I'm holding them in my hands, I'm going to see this opera, and it's 1898, and it makes me feel feminine and wonderful. And they don't sell for that much. The gentleman selling them wanted 20. I offered 15. He took that. We'll maybe make $15 profit, maybe a little more. It all depends. But it's so much fun to sell. I had to try that. Okay. If the camera has not caught it, there is something very particular we bought this time around, and I will get to the jewelry very soon. Coming to you directly from her box. Okay, nobody faint. Not a real child. Well, you probably have noticed that it's not a real child because I can reattach her arms thus. And I probably won't be able to do it right now, but that doesn't matter. She's plaster, I think. She's from the 60s, I believe. She comes with 2 outfits. She was $10. I thought, hey, here's something I haven't sold before. A baby. No, you know what I mean. A toddler mannequin. A store display mannequin. She's got a great wig. She has eyelashes. And I thought, let's see what the market is for that. I'm sure there's a market for that. Much as there is for other types of display and dolls and, why not? Why not? Got quite a few. It's not needlepoint, is it? And it's not that either. Wait. It's these craft kits that are counted cross stitch, and I got some that when I looked them up afterwards, they're really not worth that much, but I might lot them up. This one would do a little better, so that might go. I don't know. I might get 20 for that one. The other ones, like I said, not very much, and I paid more than I wanted to pay for them. I was like $3 a piece or something. Ugh. Anyway, sewing box. What I love about this sewing box is that it has a very sweet little design on it, and it's got a sticker saying that it was made in Poland on the bottom. So it's nice to have the origins. And we've sold things similar to this with feet, and they usually do quite well. So we will see what we can get for this. Usually the bigger ones made in Poland, we can get anywhere from 40 to 60. Is it better or worse that it doesn't have the feet? We will find out. Power trains. Looked to be in good condition. It wasn't too expensive. This is another thing that we might get maybe 25, maybe 30, and we will see how that goes. It's fun to try these things. I think we're down to the jewelry. Oh my. And we arrived at this stall. There's a little bit of jewelry and one other special piece to show you. We got to the stall at this little flea market. It's part of the town-wide project when they have the town-wide sale. And I thought, you know, we both thought, oh, it's the flea market thing. It's not going to be that great because they're all dealers. The prices are going to be higher than when you go to these garage sales. No, fear not. Some of the garage sales were like, this one woman was selling some Sylvanian figurines. They're basically, if you don't know what they are, they're little figurines for kids to play with that are all covered in like fake fur. And some other bits and pieces and two other little plastic dolls. I had no idea what those were. And tiny accessories to play with. There's this box. It's like the box is this big. And I said, okay, well, how much for everything? I thought she'd say like $5 or something, you know, fine. The Sylvanians themselves would be worth maybe $10 to $15. You know, if I can get that for $5, and yeah, makes sense. She says $25. I don't even know what's in there. Are these things related? I said, does this match this? Is it accessories for the Sylvanians? She didn't know. She didn't. So I decided to go check out the flea market anyways and see what they had to offer. Well, this gentleman had a book of jewelry. A book of jewelry. So it was basically like a cover, and you opened it and there were some sort of foamy pages on which he had pinned all these brooches. I saw one brooch that I thought was very interesting, so I started asking him how much for the brooches, and he said $3, and I nearly fainted. They're not all awesome, but they're good. This is well made. It's not signed. I'm very surprised, but it's well made thing. It was $3. I'm gonna try for 20 and see what happens. Micro mosaic. Sometimes people are really looking for that. Sometimes not at all. But it's older, made in Italy. It's well made. We're gonna try and hold on to at least $15. just great style, well-made thing, no stones missing. They're all $3 a piece. This one is huge, and it's a beautiful color. And he said, oh, there's a little stone missing on somewhere on there. And I said, would you take $2 for that one? And he said yes. So I think that's awesome. But the thing that really got me was this, because I thought the design is very distinctive. It's a well-made thing. You can tell it's not flimsy, and the stones are set very well. And when you turn it around, you can see that the stones, the back is cut out. That means more light goes through. That means someone thought of that design, so it's a good quality piece. And I saw right away a number. And usually, the designer I've come accustomed to, who usually signs with a number, is Boucher. So I started looking, and faintly there's a mark that says Boucher. Boucher usually sells well, but the pins that you really want are the pins with the stones in them, not just the gold toned stuff, but with set stones, and this is one of them. So we're hoping upwards of $50 for that one as well. At another stall, there were a few things that I just liked. They were $5 a piece. Marquisite brooch on the sterling background. It's marked sterling. This is not marked sterling, but I think maybe silver will test it. It looks Native American. It looks like maybe turquoise and other stones, or maybe not, but it's a cute owl. This is Taxco, and it's the silver, and it should do okay. That too, maybe 15, 20. And our pièce de résistance. I've seen things like this before, and I always thought, yes, it would be great to find that, but at a price that makes sense. These were not fabulously priced, but they were $40 for the pair. Not bad. I thought, is it worth it? We debated, my husband and I, but in the end, he's like, just do it. You know, you were ready to pay $25 for them. Pay $40. What's the difference? You know, we'll get our $40 back. Well, it turns out, once I did a little research, I believe they're for the church, which makes sense with that theme of grapes and wheat, and the lily, which is usually representative of Christ, and the grape leaves. And so, you know, poor guy who was selling it, kind of, he knew about it, but at the same time, he's like, yeah, those maple leaves. No. So we decided to go for it and just take a little risk once in a while. I saw something very, very similar sell for $125 for one on eBay. So I think we're okay to get, well, I don't know, hopefully upwards of $200 for two, maybe closer to $300. It's been our pleasure sharing with you our kooky adventures at Hemmingford, and I'm going to try and edit, well, probably my husband's going to try and edit, but I may help, a video of a ride-along that I did in Hemmingford, where you can see some of the sales. So hopefully you've been having a good time too in your own little spot, finding treasures and just having a good time. So we'll talk to you very soon.